the gym, no, twice a week would do nothing. Meanwhile, 6 or 7 times a week does nothing. How many people are satisfied with their results from the gym? Very few, very few. There are going to be people with genetic predisposition. First of all, genetics are extremely important for having an unusually muscular physique. It's extremely important. And then the people who are highly sensitive to exercise, they're going to see these ridiculous physiques. But the way most people train, no, twice a week would do nothing. The way I teach people to train with evidence-based physiology in place, you cannot tolerate more than 2 times per week. And I've experimented on many clients, individuals who wanted to get in better shape for summer or something like that. We tried upping it to 3 times per week. Guess what? They had to back down. Not only did they not see any better results, they actually regressed. Okay, so the actual physiology of muscle growth is far different than what the fitness industry teaches. Kind of like in your field. That's just the way it is. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, when I met Jay, it really blew my mind because I had bounced from different programs to different programs, and I'm all about optimization and effectiveness and efficiency. And the story he told me about his position in the fitness industry versus a lot of these other people, he's like, a lot of people just have fad diets, fad workouts. They don't work. People keep going back to them. They're on a hamster wheel. I'm like, dude, it's the same in the dating industry. And I really resonated. And he took an optimized system that's scientific and data based. Okay, which is the same that I did with dating. So it's results driven, and results speak for themselves. And he's done stuff for clients to transform their bodies that is unheard of in the fitness space.
Can we just show a couple of those transformations?
Let me
John,
pull the
can you do a
screen
quick
up.
share screen? Yeah, that'd be great. If you can just share a couple of those 2 slides after this, or one.
Here's Jay. You've been in like almost every famous fitness magazine.
Every single one. I model for Under
By the way,
Armour.
Jay, are you one of the guys asked, are you natural? Go to the next slide after this. Are you a well, we might as well talk into this. So pause on this, guys. So Jay, sits on our team, and one of the things that he does with all of you guys is going to be transforming your physique. And the reason we brought Jay in was for one simple reason, that there are men, and you guys know who you are on this call, that do not have a system and a process for being able to get your fitness dialed in. And the way that your body shape appears, the way that you physically train your body plays a role in the way that you show up to women. So if you're overweight or you're not in great shape, that impacts at some unconscious level your psychology. And we've had men come through the program that have said, I want to get ripped and shredded so that I can fuck more women.
Yeah,
but
Jay hears that in his business all the time.
The truth is, you don't need to get in epic shape. However, to date and to ultimately marry or to have a rotation of amazing women around you, it does not hurt to have your body completely dialed in. So Jay, this is what you walk guys through. You will be training them on the hypertrophy program, and that really is around training 2 times a week for 30 minutes. And John, go to the next slide.
Okay.
I just want to show the guys some of the results that you've done for the clients that have worked with us here. These are people that have come through. Like one of those is one of our clients.
Yeah, the guy way to the right is one of John's clients who lost his virginity the first week
of my 8-week program. He's actually on this challenge right now. Eric, are you here? He might be out. He's in Norway. Oh, he's here.
Yeah.
Did we want to have Eric speak to, or did you want to just speak out loud for a moment, Eric?
No, you can bring Eric in. I didn't know Eric was with us. If he's on the call, I mean, this just goes to show this is legit. Pull him in, Vic, and just spotlight him. This is somebody that went through
I got him to lose the V card in my program, and then Jay helped him dial the fitness in. Can somebody spotlight him? Is he spotlighted?
There he is. Oh, what's up, Eric? I've seen you hanging around on the Zoom. I didn't know this was you. You looking fucking solid, dude. Hey, so
Eric is over in Norway, so it's a little bit late for him, but he's still.
So you got your body pretty shredded. Just 30 seconds. Just tell the guys the process and the journey and what you discovered, and that'll be helpful.
So basically, Jay actually wrote out a diet plan for me. Basically, what kind of food I should be eating, how many calories, and how many grams of protein. And basically, what I did was I trained. Okay, first of all, my training consists of 2 full body workouts a week.
Just 2.
About Yeah, just 2.
This is good news. It
Wednesday
saves you guys time as well. I'm doing the
Yeah.
same shit. I'm doing 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3. Jay was like saying the research shows that 3 doesn't even add that much. So, and I'm progressing faster than I ever have.
Yeah, me too. Because the thing is that I basically figured out how many calories I needed to be, I needed to eat at before I knew how, to how much deficit I should be in, and so I made my own custom plan. So I basically wrote down everything I ate. I mean, I've been into fitness for like a really long time, but haven't seen any results there either. And so when I finally discovered Jay, that's when everything just turned around.
That's why we partnered up, because I really see us as like doing the same thing in different industries, right? He's getting a lot of guys that struck out with fitness for a long time or just tried a lot and didn't see results. Same thing in the dating world, and then they've come to me or to him, and we fix it. But how was Jay's stuff different besides having to devote less time, which is also a benefit?
It was basically the one set to failure concept, that you only had to like do one set to failure basically in all exercises and lift very slowly, 5 seconds rep cadence up and down, or positively and negatively. So
let me interject really quickly. Jay, the way Jay explained it, the thing that really clicked for me is that when someone does a normal repetition, when they just bring the weight up and bring it down, there's only like, what is it, half a second of tension in the middle, right? Because in the beginning you have momentum, and then there's momentum at the top, and there's just this little tiny period of tension, and the rest of the time the muscle's not under tension. But when you do 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, you're keeping it under tension the whole time, which is working the most muscle fibers, right?
Right.
Eric,
Eric,
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, I just want to explain it briefly, because it's kind of hard, because nobody was ever really taught, even in layman's terms, how this muscle growth process occurs. But basically, there's a biochemical pathway that we're looking to turn on through contracting our muscles against resistance. So a muscle fiber, a single fiber, can either contract 100% or not at all. So we want to contract as many of these fibers as we can, because when we contract them, they send this biochemical signal through these sensors on the muscle cell. When you contract the muscle really hard, you turn on these mechanosensors, which turn on that signal. So the goal is really, we need to do that for as many muscle fibers as possible. Now, people are under the wrong, erroneous impression that we attack all of these muscle fibers with more exercises, more volume, and more exercise, more workouts. But that is wrong physiologically. The way physiologically you attack and recruit and stimulate all these muscle fibers is through Henneman's size principle, or intensity of the contraction. So what I'm teaching is, when you contract your muscles really hard by training to failure, that is neurologically how you turn on or recruit all these muscles. And when you're doing it this way, you only need a handful of exercises, and you only need to do it a couple times a week. So we're focusing on what actually stimulates the muscle to grow, which for some weird reason, even though we've known this for a half a century, many people don't know. And when you focus on this, it becomes very efficient.
Here's the weird reason why people don't know. Because what happens if you get a guy? What happens if you get a guy to their physique? They don't need you as a trainer.
That's the supplement industry too.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've noticed in the fitness industry is very peculiar. Everybody seems to think their diet is the problem. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. The human genome evolved with such a small food variety, it's insane. And people think they have to eat fucking kale in order to get a good physique. No. People are under the impression that their workout is effective because they got it from Greg Doucette, or they got it from Kinobody. Oh, well, my workout's fine. It must be my diet. No, dude.
Kinobody's the RSD of the fitness space.
It's the workout. Your workout is trash, but everybody is doing a trash workout. So you don't consider that as trash. It's not.
So here's what I want to do, Jay.
Same in dating.
Because I know we're approaching the time where we're going to have an opportunity for guys to go out tonight. two things. John, pull up that opportunity for the guys to get access
Sure.
to Jay. You guys are welcome to go direct. If you want to just submit an application, you just want the fitness piece handled, nothing else.
Yeah.
It's going to be working for 8 weeks, one call a week with Jay. You guys will get access to personalized transformation plan in a group environment. Jay's going to walk you through that. Many of you are going to go work with Jay one-on-one after this. But if you want this initial thing, you want to do it separately, it's $3,500. But we're going to include the initial opportunity for you to get the ball rolling with Jay. It's going to be covered by us when you guys enroll in the Platinum Dating System. So Jay will handle your fitness. Kristen's going to handle your fashion. Our team of hot girls is going to handle the photos. John's going to handle your bio and
We've got everything. We've got all bases covered.
Coaches are going to cover your training for 64 hours of calls. We're covering this. So for those of you who want to go ahead and get started, you need to click the link, submit the application. Jay, I appreciate you coming in here, my friend. As always, you and I need to kick off my personal fitness routine. So you and I will speak on that very soon, because me using the 3X bar is kind of fucking shit and I'm not really getting anywhere. So I love you, bro.
Eric knows why it's shit, because also in my mentorship, I teach a lot about biomechanics and exercise physiology.
I know. I've been so naive. I'm like refusing to listen, but I've submitted. I submit.
Me and Jay have done some really interesting videos on my channel, actually, guys. For those of you that subscribe to my YouTube,
Jay, thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming in.
If you just type in Jay Vincent, there's a lot of videos where he goes through and he's like, "Here's why bro splits of upper body and legs don't work," or "Here's why." Push pull. He basically like debunks a lot of these other systems. All you need to do is full body workouts twice a week, or even.
And I refer to the research. I break it down with logic. Most of the fitness industry is not based on logic; it's based on tradition and what feels good. But if you're looking to save time, which you should be looking to do, and get your physique in a very accelerated fashion, I've had guys gaining 5-10 pounds of muscle in a matter of weeks. It's like magic. When you do it correctly, then sign up and I'll show you exactly how to do it. You will be astounded by how quickly your body actually responds when you do it correctly.
And just very quickly on that, Chris, Lee, Will, Roman, Robert, Yonsei, I've totally fucking mispronounced your name, Yonsei, Stephenson, Dylan, Sean, all of you boys that have just come on board on I just get notifications on my phone. Congratulations to you guys. One thing I will say to you, if you have applied but you haven't booked your call, can you please DM Victor or Ben in the and just tag, put your hand up. You need to actually register for your call. There's a small handful of you that have submitted the application but haven't actually then booked your call. So just DM the guys. We'll also just reach out to you over SMS and email and get you guys booked in. So Telegram, if you guys are in the VIP, just hit up Victor or Ben in the Telegram group. If you're on Facebook, there's a bunch of you guys that are already enrolled. Congratulations. I'm seeing a bunch of you guys coming through. I'm not going to go through everybody's name here on my phone here. So, okay, John, I want to talk into, if you can go 2 more slides forward here. I just want to let the guys know.
Real quickly too, though, because you started to touch on this question and then we got sidetracked. People are asking if you were natural, Jay. As far as I understand, like you only used the testosterone, right? Which I'm using as well through endocrinologist. Yeah. So that just testosterone replacement.
Testosterone replacement from a clinic. Obviously, if your testosterone is low, as you realize, John, it is extremely beneficial. Will it have substantial muscle building benefit? No. You have to take about 10 times the TRT dosage in order to get that bodybuilder dosage. So, I do get my testosterone augmented or supplemented through a TRT clinic, but it is in normal levels.
And that's just optimized health. It's through a doctor. It's not the same as synthetic steroids. I do it as well. Our bodies aren't meant to.
The steroid, what bodybuilders take is, probably about several grams of steroids per week, when a TRT dose is about 150 milligrams per week. Yeah. It's a completely different ballgame.
John, I'm going to pause. These details, I love you both. I love you. TRT, SHMRT. We're not doing this right now. John, I want you guys to, if you can, John, there's a bunch of men that have DM'd regarding the boot camp. Can you flip over to the next slide for me?
Sure.
Yeah, guys, this is a gift. Many of you want the online. For those of you that take some action, get off the fence. We're also giving you $1,000 credit here. This is the fourth bonus. I'm only keeping this until midnight. I'm not doing this beyond tonight. So this is only Vic, just to be clear, Ben, I'm not giving $1,000 away past anybody who doesn't submit it. If you guys want the boot camp and you want to work with any of our coaches around the world, this is a credit. Again, another gift for being with us over the challenge. Craig, not crazy with the info. Just we're not going to go depth on fitness. That's for the guys that enroll. So if you guys want the boot camp credit, same application. Let the coach know when you're having your consult with him that you'd like to leverage the $1,000 gift, and we'll be able to get you enrolled. John, I'm going to hand this over to you to wrap us up before we move into
just saying thanks to Jay. Thanks to Jay for coming on. A lot of you guys will be working directly with him.
All right, I'll see you
brother.
guys.
I think he's going to be coming. You're going to be coming on my YouTube this week as well. So guys will see more of you there as well.
And I'll be seeing you in Fort Lauderdale soon.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, man. Thank you guys. See you soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Take care. Okay, cool. So, in real quick, guys, the big benefits of the live programs. Just something to keep in mind if you're going to use this $1,000 credit. You get a coach to give you feedback in real time during interactions, between interactions, so we can watch, see where you're fucking up with your body language, your tonality, your verbals. We can prompt you about moving things to the next step, or tell you where you made missteps, and you're going to fix a lot of your cold approach mistakes extremely quickly with this. Okay, so to recap, you're also, or just, let me just go over the bonuses again. So you're gonna get the fitness to fashion, the bootcamp credit, and what was the second one there that we had? The fitness to fashion, and
there's a summary coming
maximizer.
up, John. There'll be a summary coming up. So for the guys, that if they want any questions, that'll come through for them.
Okay, cool. So if your previous who here in the chat has Occam's Razor or Leeds Machine? Let me know on Facebook as well. Those are my two cheaper products. Occam's Razor is more focused with cold approach. Leeds Machine is focused on texting and online messaging scripts. If you own one of those and you apply for a call tonight, fill out the application, we will give you 100% of what you paid for those products or product towards the cost of my week program, right? So we're making this like irresistible, essentially. So normally the fashion and fitness stuff will be thousands extra. Normally your product payment would be separate. We're giving that money back, and we're also giving you money towards a live bootcamp if you want to do that. And we're going to be optimizing your photos as well. Okay. So here we have this: secure 100% of the credit that you paid for Occam's Razor Leeds Machine. Okay. Remember, just as a recap, step 1 will transform your sexual market value. Step 2 will give you the strategies and tactics to get leads, turn them into dates, and bring them home. We'll teach you how to close those dates, keep the girls that you want, to make them either rotation girls, girlfriends, or wives, girlfriend, depending on what you're looking for. And then we'll guide you to increase your quality, add in threesomes, be able to pick up strippers, cocktail servers, waitresses, etc., or just increase your consistency. And it's a much better life when the whole fucking system is green and flowing smoothly than when you're getting blocked all over the place and you have no idea how to fix any of it. Okay. And as the bonuses, a quick recap: the image transformation with Kristen, the dating profile maximizer with our team of girls, me writing in the bio, snapper photography. Then we have the fitness upgrades via Jay, and we have the credit towards an in-person bootcamp. Okay, so you're really saving like $8,500 here, and our total program is cheaper than that as well. And there are guys selling, James Marshall has a 10-day program for $15K. There's other guys charging $20K, $30K for just complete dog shit that doesn't work. Okay, we are incredibly reasonably priced. We're not in this for the money. We keep margins kind of small, profit margins, I should say. We have to pay our coaches, we have to pay our team, et cetera, et cetera. Our goal is to help as many guys as possible. Okay, that's why Alan got into business with me, because he knows I wanted to do that. And that's why I got into business with him. He's very passionate about helping men improve their lives. And so just as you see here, for the first 15 guys, you'll save all that money with all those bonuses. Okay. You get them at no extra cost if you apply today. So we'll drop the links one more time. And we're going to get into some wrap up here so everybody can get out into the clubs and the bars. But you can either type in this link on the bottom here. We're going to drop it again. There it is in Zoom. It'll also get dropped on Facebook and Telegram. So even if you're still hesitant, like on the last couple challenges, there's still guys that are like, oh, I don't know if I'll have time to go through this. We allow pausing on the 8-week program. We're very flexible, both with payment stuff and also with people being busy in their schedules. I get clients all the time that are working 80 hours a week that run multiple businesses. I get legit billionaire clients that have like 1 free hour a week. We'll still we'll max out the results you get with that free time that you have to devote towards dating. Okay. So at least get on the call, ask any questions or hesitations or clarifications that you need to on that call. But to lock in the bonuses, you need to book that call tonight. Okay. If you go and book the call later on, you're not going to have access to any of this extra stuff we're giving away. And we actually, this decreases, normally we charge extra for this stuff. So this decreases the, what we make on all this stuff too. So, okay. So we're going to jump into the VIP hot seats in a second. We're going to get people one-on-one with me on camera. But did anybody have any questions about anything at all regarding the Platinum Dating System 8-week program before I switch things over to the VIP hot seats? Let me know in the chat.
I'm going to just ask, can you pin me, guys? So just quickly, the program starts based on your enrollment. So there are different cadences that we run for each of the different enrollment groups. You guys will be all brought in collectively as a group. So that's going to be kicking off, I would say, the week after, so Monday this coming week. But there's many of you that will want to start a little bit slower or different dates. Just speak to the person that's your coach, and just let them know what your schedule calendar is, when you'd like to begin, and they'll be able to still get you onboarded, but you can start your calls a little bit later. And also for some of you that are in a place in life where you have to pause or you want to get started, but you want to you don't think you can do the full 8 weeks immediately, you can take a break, and the coaches will walk you guys through that as well. So the other questions here from Rez. So you'll be able to speak to the coaches in relation to results and how it is that we work with you in terms of giving you a guarantee of results. The truth is, Rez, to answer your question, there is no man that can ever give you a guarantee on a result. But what we can give you is a absolute certainty that if you apply this system and you deploy it, and then you execute on it, and you complete the curriculum, and you've done all the work in the process, if at the very end of that process, something has not materialized and you have done all the fucking work exactly as it is required, hit up John, hit up myself, and we will do whatever is required to get you the result that you're looking for and transform that part of your life. I don't think we've ever had a student come through the program, John, that I can recall in the last 1 to 2 years that has done the work and not produced a result that I know of, unless you can speak to that.
Yeah, we had a guy that was deformed, that had a physical deformity that wasn't getting matches on Tinder, blame my coaching, but that's a very extreme special circumstance. I've gotten guys in wheelchairs laid. I've gotten virgins in their 50s and 60s and 70s laid, guys that, thought that not in a million years would they get laid, get them laid pretty quickly, not in the course of months, usually in a couple of weeks. So, take that as a challenge if you think you're different.
Mario, you want to get the boot camps going. So boot camp schedule is going to be discussed with the coaches as well. So you guys will have all of the dates for the boot camps that you want to enroll into for the live in-person experience. If you want to claim the $1,000 credit, Mario, you're good to go. Just speak to the coaches about that. Just make sure you've submitted your application and booked a call. Otherwise, John, I think we're good. If you want to just, I think we might give a little bit of a gift here to our general admission students. Would you be opposed to some of the GA guys staying on if we left the VIP? We're going to answer all the VIP questions, but if the GA people in the Facebook group want to stick around, why don't we give them an opportunity to stick around and get a taste of the VIP experience before tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they can spectate. The people that paid for VIP will get the questions and stuff. People can spectate from Facebook. Sure, no problem.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's kick off our VIP experience. Do you guys, if there's any other questions, we'll answer them throughout the time. But VIPs, this is your time for you guys to ask and answer any questions you have about game. And then we're going to be in the Telegram group tonight. Many of you are going to go out. Many of you are already out. I've seen a bunch of you drop off and DM us in the Telegram group. You guys are already out to bars and clubs, so well done. And the coach is already working with you. John, I'm going to let you answer any other questions. So guys, drop your questions for John, and let's do some Q&A.
Okay, we're gonna bring some guys on Spotlight here.
I'm totally okay. Yeah, absolutely. We can get Rez. Rez, turn your camera on for us. And we'll be able to get you on, see where you're at. We'll get you on for some hot seat action. All right. What's up, man? We're going to get you on in a second. Let me click this link.
Do your questions. Anybody that wants to come on video and interact with me directly and ask questions directly, that's in the Zoom, drop your questions.
What's up, bro? Welcome
Hi.
to the trifecta, man. All right. Well, listen, what questions have you got?
Thank you so much for everything, John, Allen, and the entire team. This is really amazing.
Sure.
My question, I guess I'm gonna ask a question. So for me, I'm a little bit afraid, like, so I'm obviously, I have my interview with Dylan for the 30-minute consultation call tomorrow. So I'll ask him all those questions. I guess what makes me nervous is, like, I have a feeling if I take this program, what's going to end up happening is I can just predict it in my head, is like, I'm going to find that girl, right? That's kind of like hotter than what I'm used to. And then she's going to end up becoming my girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, I wasted all that money. So that's like my
hold on. Let me see if I got this straight. We're going to help you find a girl that's currently out of your league, that's going to fulfill your desires, that's going to make you happy. And then all of a sudden you're going to be sitting there and saying, what a terrible fucking investment in my life that you helped me get a fucking hot woman into my life. Bro, that is a terrible problem to have. You should cancel your call with Dylan immediately. You're not a fit for this program.
That reminded me, we had a guy
that is a huge problem for you.
No,
we had a guy from New Zealand in this must have been like 2013. Me and Josh ran a boot camp, and he pulled within like 5 minutes on night one, and the girl ended up being like a webcam girl or like porn star or something like that, and he was like banger. And he's texting us and he's like, hey, like, I want to make sure I get my money out of the boot camp. And I pulled right away. She wants me to keep banging her, and she wants me to bang her in the ass, but should I come back to the program? And we're like, dude, it's up to you. And he's like, I think I'm going to stay and bang her. And then he ended up pulling night 2 and night 3 as well. But he's like, oh, I wonder if I should have came back to learn more. We're like, dude, you pulled all 3 nights. Like, enjoy what you got. And the skill is for life. So if it doesn't work out with that girl, leave us all. He dropped like a stunner girl that he picked up in day game and went back to a 19-year-old he pulled from the club on his first night ever doing cold.
Here's the thing, Rez. I want you to think about this logically, right? It's a great question from a different perspective. I'm going to tell you what the reality is. Most men misunderstand what it is that they're actually investing in. What you're getting is a evergreen bio, an evergreen description, evergreen photos, evergreen fashion, evergreen fitness, evergreen skill set, evergreen text scripts. If that relationship ever doesn't work out, you have access to all the call recordings during your 8 weeks. You have forever access to the content system. And the reality is, and I'm an example, is I met a girl within like 3 to 4 weeks, 5 weeks of knowing John's stuff. But what happens if the relationship doesn't work? Then what are you going to do then? Right. So, and you have a window of time that you're going to go through. If you want to just go bang multiple stunners and then wait to find the one that you really want to be with, great. But so is that the worst thing that could happen for you? And if that's your question, I'm going to let that one slide. Let's go to the next question.
No. Yeah, that was just kind of, that was a stupid question. And I was kind of half just trying to, tell you guys how I know it's going to work for me. And that was kind of the point of me saying, what else? I guess.
Oh, that's from Crazy Stupid Love behind you. I was like, is that from a fucking driving movie? Because it says Drive, but that's Crazy Stupid Love. That's one of my favorite movies. Ryan Gosling's like
one of my favorite movies too. I feel like it's one of the most like realistic depiction of like pickup that Hollywood has done. Right.
His techniques are wrong. Like his major move is like, hey, want to get out of here?
Want to get out of here? That's I know, right?
They're always like, yep, no objections.
Rez, what's your question, my friend?
So I'm my God, I can't believe, like, I'm a little nervous because so I'm gonna just, hopefully something will come to me in like 3 seconds. So my question is, so I asked John What is my question? Okay, just what is your number one tip for me tonight to pull a girl? It's been a while. I've been in a dry spell. Like I'm an opening machine. Like, trust me, like when I go out, I will open just
Okay.
yeah.
I remember from the chats. So you went up to the girl. It was a smoking section. You invited her for coffee. She agreed. And then you came for advice in the chat and we're like, go try to pull. Turns out she couldn't that night. And then she flaked this morning just because she was hungover. And you're like, see, I knew that would happen. But I was like, no, it's still on. She wants to meet you tomorrow. When the girl's like actively still trying to meet you, it's not like it's fucked, right? Girls are hungover, girls are tired. A lot of guys take it personally if a girl cancels, but there's usually a valid excuse, especially if they're giving you a valid excuse. Just take it as being true and then just set it for the next day. But the number one thing you want to know, like the number one thing you could do to take a girl home?
Actually, to be a little bit more specific, this idea of compliance testing, because that's one of the most important things, that I learned. This idea that, like, let's say I open a girl, she gives me compliance in terms of she doesn't reject me, but I tell her like, hey, let's go outside for some air, or let's go to the other dance floor, room, and she says no to that. Right? Because I'm testing for compliance. If she's not moving with me, ultimately that's like a fail. So how do I, in that specific example, if you can give me some advice, because that does happen a lot, is like, so.
Okay. So not every girl is going to isolate. Not every girl is going to comply with everything. So you have to take like a general read. Remember like the whole like back of the napkin calculation of her general DTF level, which translates to her general compliance level. So she's being receptive, she's laughing, she's contributing to the conversation. It seems to be on. Kind of like the best way to determine is it does it seem to be on, but she's hardlining that she won't isolate. It's not a big deal. You can just pull her without isolating, or you can, if she can't pull, then you can get the number and set up a meeting for later. So don't let it like take the wind out of your sails, because remember, it's like it's always on, or you assume it's always like a done deal. You're gonna get her no matter what. So as long as like she seems like into you on some level, it doesn't matter if ultimately you can't beat an objection for one piece. And isolation is optional anyways. So like she could be in a special situation where she's like, no, my friends are going to freak out if I go away. I have to stay here. Like, you don't know what it is. I would usually just be like, oh, why can't we just go over there for 5 minutes? Oh, well, and then it's something you can either deal with or you just let it slide and you don't really care. But don't look at it like if she doesn't comply with anything I try to do, then I have a problem and I might need to cut bait here. It's not like that. You can't expect them to comply with everything at all times, especially like in the initial interaction. Once they're on rotation, they comply with everything like at all times, pretty much, right? And as they start to like you and stuff like that after the first date, it's all much easier getting compliance after they've already gotten to know you. But in that first interaction, don't look at that as like a failure or anything like that. If the girl won't ultimately isolate, you just do your due diligence, and then if she's like hard lining about it, then I don't make it like a deal breaker or anything. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's fine. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. And you can just make out with her right there in front of her friends and still do everything else the same. And just know that that's like not going to happen, because sometimes they have actual reasons why they don't want to, I told these girls I would stick with that, whatever stupid thing it is, right? Or they're all celebrating something and they have to stay together. So, just when you have the mindset that like, no matter what comes your way, like you're still going to make shit happen, then you're usually going to make shit happen with somebody, or at least give yourself lots of up, and with enough interactions or enough nights out, like you're going to see the successes come in. Like you already had a girl give the number and want to meet up for a date. That's a success right there. Like I've said, pulling is like overrated on a bunch of levels, because ultimately it's just about getting the girl closed. And when you get her on a date, it's perfect logistics. There's no cock block friends. You're right near your house. There's no club distractions. She's separated some time to see you. She's open to hooking up on some level. So the name of the game, as I've said throughout this training, is just stacking lots of dates and setting lots of dates. And once you get good at running dates, you're going to close most of them. So then it's just a matter of like continuing to set them up. And then that gives you all the opportunities for meeting new people and getting to know them and seeing who you connect with the best. So, and to your point about like, worrying about running into a hot girl. I mean, that happened to me when I first learned formal game. Is like, within the first couple weeks of pickup, I got a girlfriend for like a year and a half, and I didn't do game for like a year and a half, but I still kept studying it. I was still like fascinated by it. And then when I came out of that relationship, that's when I like kind of went on a tear. And I made like a graph. And if I took away the girlfriend parts through the process, it's like literally like an exact, smooth, perfect exponential progression, which is very interesting. I made a post on RC Nation back in the day how results can be exponential. And I think what's happening there is like you're solving like problem after problem, like fixing mistakes. So the results just keep building on themselves. Right. It took me 10 years to bang my first 100 girls, but I didn't have a proper system yet. Like a lot of guys can do that in 1 to 2 years with my stuff. But then I started doing like 100 to 150 a year. And the best year was 246 and new closes. And it's not all, but that year was just like all I was doing, to my detriment. It was basically just like Muay Thai gym and pickup stuff in most of my time. But, these are good problems to have. You want to have high quality girls that you need to like look at Vasal, like, he went from I'm scared to go in the club to now I have all these girls in rotation I need to cut off because I just met a stunner that wants to get serious. And then he got bored with her and moved on. And it's a great experience either way. Right? Like he said, he had a great 3 months with that girl. So you just use whatever information you have at hand. If there's a girl you like way more than all the rest of the girls you're seeing, see where it goes with her, or see if she's open to letting you still see other girls or seeing girls together. And then if that doesn't work out for whatever reason, you'll find another girl just like her, hopefully quickly, or better. Right. And that's the other interesting part is you can almost always find ones that are hotter and cooler than the one that you were like, oh my God, this is the best girl. And then it makes it even more exciting. And all those experiences are really what makes life, 100 times better, because the guys that are just on the sidelines, which is mostly everyone, are with a girl that's of low quality, either externally and or internally, they're ultimately not satisfied with that. And a lot of guys don't have any girls. Right? The statistics coming out now are crazy. It's like 30% of guys haven't had sex in the past year. So that's like 1 in 3 guys, right? Which is pretty significant. And it doesn't need to be that way. I'm sure they'd like to be having sex. And we have internal jokes on our team. We were like the dry spell breakers and the virgin crack. Like, I love when a guy comes and he's like, I've tried 10 programs, still a virgin. I'm like, are you ready to lose it in the next week? And they're like, no, they told me that too. And I'm like, yeah, but are you ready to actually lose it next week? And then they lose it. And they're like, they come on the test. There's this British dude. He's like, well, I tried for 10 years and I was still a virgin. And sure enough, he was true to his word and he lost virginity. And it's like, there you go. And then, and then it's a new world from that point forward. So, I'm excited if you join. We'll do our best to get you good and give you the high quality problems. The only problem we want guys to actually have is that they don't have enough time to see other girls, or that they have like more dates than they can fit in their schedule. That problem is the only problem that usually exists by the time they're out of the 8-week program. And that's a great place to be in. I mean, to have to like cut down the amount of dates you have, or to have to cut some girls out because they're interfering with the rest of your life, that's better than not having any or not knowing where the next girl's coming from.
Got it. No, for sure. I do want to give time to other folks. I don't want to hog the stage. Thank you so much for allowing me to ask my question live. It was awesome. Thank you so much for everything.
Cool. Yeah. And I'll catch you in the chats. And look forward to if we end up working together. It'll be cool.
Thank you.
And let me know what happens with that coffee date tomorrow. Rico B.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure you get that set up for tomorrow. Let's get Rico spotlighted.
Hey,
Rico
what's up,
B.
guys?
What's up, dude? Look at that fucking shabby painting. You're trying to get some black t-shirt action happening. I see what's going on today. You're like emulating and channeling John. You guys look like you're nearly twins.
I'm actually
Dude,
kind
so-
of channeling both of you guys. Like, see, I got
All right.
the pen and shit.
A little bit of both happening. I got my
Yeah.
Jesus Christ cross. See what's up. All right, man.
But-
Listen, fill us in. What's the question you have for us?
If I may do a little comment on what Rez was talking about, because I think I can speak to that, and I do
Sure.
have a question. But because I was into game years ago, back in early 2000, like 2008, 2009. I even went to a boot camp that played with Mansion and stuff, and it was awesome. I learned a lot.
With who?
But
Who was with this?
So his name is Savoy. Supposedly he was mystery.
Nick Savoy.
So,
Yeah, he had the magic bullets.
Yeah, and I read Magic Bullets and all that